El rápido ascenso de Kamala Harris como favorita demócrata para la candidatura presidencial encendió el entusiasmo entre los votantes de la generación Z. All right, that seems like it is translated well in English. So I want to say the main point of this paragraph or of this um, sentence here is that it talks about Kamala Harris candidacy rise among the younger generation of voters. I'm gonna highlight that in yellow. Oh, yeah. All right, the next part in Spanish reads, Muchos jóvenes demócratas consideran que se trata de un acontecimiento energizante para el partido y creen que Harris tiene una oportunidad única para renovar su imagen y llegar a un nuevo segmento de votantes que se había alejado considerablemente de la figura de Joe Biden. Many young Democrats consider this an energizing event for the party and believe that Harris has a unique opportunity to renew her image and reach a new segment of voters who had distanced herself considerably from the figure of Joe Biden. I think the main conclusion from this sentence comes from this part, which I'm going to highlight in green. So the main point is that Harris will have an opportunity to restore her image and a reach voters who are distanced slash not normally, I'm just gonna say who are distanced from Harris. All right, the next part in Spanish says, ha habido mucho más entusiasmo en torno a esta idea de que vamos, ya sabes, a tener esta oportunidad de elegir a una mujer joven de color como presidente, declaró para NBC News Audrey Clayton, una votante de 21 años. All right, so that's what she said there. The next part reads, Esta votante destacó como este momento permite a Kamala Harris presentarse de nuevo ante la población estadounidense. Not sure what destaco means. All right. Um, let's see what it says over here on the other side. So it says the voter highlighted, I think it means highlighted. This voter highlighted how this moment allows Kamala Harris to present herself again to the American public. So again, the main point is that Harris has a chance to present herself and restore her image to the American population. And this is coming from a 20, 21-year-old. So that's from the 21-year-old perspective. Gonna highlight that in yellow for the main point. Oh, I forgot to highlight this. And for this part of the sentence, I'm going to say that this is the main conclusion of the sentence, highlighted in green. All right, the next part in Spanish says, La generación Z podría cambiar el rumbo de la elección. Could Generation Z change the course of the election? Let's see what it says. La reacción a la decisión del presidente Joe Biden de renunciar y respaldar a Harris ha sido recibida con muchas emociones entre los votantes jóvenes. Kamala, por su parte, aprovecha el momento para considerarse como una figura joven, auténtica y cercana. And this is what it says here in English. And again, I want to say that the main point is that they are, or this sentence is painting the picture that Kamala Harris is endorsed by Biden, is favored by the party, and is the best uh, candidate. So their sentence is building her character up. That is the main point. And I want to say that this is the main conclusion of the sentence here, highlighted in green. Next part says, Nabila Chowdhury, estudiante de último curso de Harvard, expresó para NBC News su sorpresa por la elección de Biden. Creo que el Partido Demócrata se ha fracturado de una manera de la que el presidente Biden entiende que realmente no puede recuperarse, y creo que Kamala podría ser la persona que pueda salvar esta fractura. So now we're getting a Harvard student, their perspective on this matter of Biden renouncing his or withdrawing his candidacy and endorsing Kamala Harris, and she says that she thinks how the Democratic Party is fractured, and understands that President Biden can recover from, but thinks that that Harris can be able to restore uh, that fracture that is in the party. And I'm going to highlight that here, or I'm just going to make a note of that here. Um, the next part reads, No obstante, Charri alberga. Not sure what that means, but it says sentimientos encontrados, sobre todo en lo que respecta a la postura de Harris sobre el conflicto entre Israel y Hamas, y señala que aunque aprecia el llamamiento de Harris a un alto el fuego, desea un cambio más sustancial. However, Chowdhury harbors mixed feelings, particularly regarding Harris' stance on the Israel-Hamas conflict, noting that while he appreciates Harris' call for a ceasefire, he wants more substantial change. Hmm. The next part says, oh, this is another sentence. All right. It says, creo que seguiremos sin comprometernos hasta que podamos generar confianza, añadió. I think we'll continue to hold off until we can build trust, she added. Su autenticidad eleva su popularidad entre los jóvenes. Her authenticity raises her popularity among young people. Diva Patil, otra votante de 21 años, transmitió optimismo sobre el potencial de Kamala Harris. Tiene un nivel de autenticidad que no se ve a menudo en los políticos, comentó Patel, reflejando un sentimiento compartido por muchos de su cohorte. Another 21-year-old conveyed optimism. So I'm going to say the main point for this is that another young voter feels optimistic about Harris along with many of her cohort. Oh, this is another sentence. That in yellow, that is the main conclusion I'm getting at from this. That's the main point I'm getting from this sentence, and I'm going to highlight the main conclusion as that in green. All right, the next part reads, Los debates tuvieron lugar en Michigan, un estado crucial en la contienda, famoso por su elevada participación electoral juvenil, como señala un estudio de la Universidad de Tufts. The debates took place in Michigan, a crucial state in the race, famous for its high youth voter turnout, as noted by a study by Tufts. All right. So it looks like there was a debate in Michigan, and it's known for high youth voter turnout, and Michigan is a crucial state in the race. The next part in Spanish reads, para los demócratas, la esperanza es que Harris, a sus 59 años, resuene mejor entre los votantes jóvenes en comparación con Biden, que tiene 81 años. So for Democrats, the hope is that Harris at 59 will resonate better with young voters compared to Biden, who is 81. So I'm just going to make a note here that overall the theme is that maybe it sounds like Harris may be more appealing to the younger generation. I'm just gonna highlight that in green. Right. Yeah. It's gonna be like the main, like a note slash main conclusion. All right, the next part reads, a pesar del entusiasmo general, existen opiniones divergentes dentro de la generación Z con respecto a Harris. Algunos se sienten desconcertados por el respaldo inmediato de Biden y otros demócratas veteranos. Despite the general enthusiasm, there are divergent opinions within Generation Z regarding Harris. Some are taken aback by the immediate endorsement from Biden and other veteran Democrats. So I'm going to say that the main point, I'm actually going to change this to yellow. I don't want to confuse the terms. I'm going to turn that to yellow. So just that to main point. The main point for this is that not all Democrats not all Gen Z, not all Gen Z agree with Harris. I'm gonna highlight that in yellow. And next part in Spanish says, Cooper Wiseman, de 18 años, desea un proceso de selección más abierto. Me encantaría ver una convención abierta y tener la oportunidad de escuchar a varios de los candidatos demócratas, expresó. Cooper Wiseman wants a more open selection process. I would love to see an open convention and have the opportunity to hear from several of the Democratic candidates, he said. All right, the next part reads, Los republicanos no cambian de opinión. Republicans do not change their minds or their opinions. En el lado republicano, las opiniones no han cambiado mucho con la candidatura de Harris. Kai Irvin, presidente de los republicanos universitarios de la Southern New Hampshire University, considera que la retirada de Biden es ventajosa para la campaña de Trump. On the Republican side, opinions haven't changed much with Harris' candidacy. Kai Irvin sees Biden's withdrawal as advantageous for the Trump campaign. La retirada de Biden acaba de dar la presidencia a Trump y a Vance, declaró Urban, subrayando una clara división. Biden's withdrawal just gave the presidency to Trump and Vance. Urban declared, underscoring a clear divide. I think the main conclusion of this point is here in that it is that the Democratic Party is divided. Oops. Highlighted in yellow and this in green. All right, the next part reads, Ruby Macias, que anteriormente apoyó a Trump en 2020, expresó sus intenciones iniciales de votar a Biden a pesar de sus reservas sobre su edad y su actuación. So Ruby expressed her initial intentions to vote for Biden despite her reservations about his age and performance. So the question about age and performance was on Ruby's mind. The next part reads, con Harris ocupando ahora el centro del escenario, Macías siente que ha sido ella la que ha dirigido muchas decisiones. Obviamente está decayendo muy rápidamente en más de un sentido, dijo. With Harris now taking center stage, Macias feels she has been the one driving many decisions. She's obviously declining very rapidly in more ways than one, she said. Las perspectivas de los jóvenes también varían en otros frentes. Danny Yang, un joven de 18 años de Filadelfia, se centra en la preservación de la democracia como su tema clave. Young people's perspective also vary on other fronts. Danny Yang, an 18-year-old from Philadelphia, focuses on the preservation of democracy as his key issue. So I think the overall theme of this article is that it's painting Kamala Harris as a relatable figure, as someone who could take charge, and someone who is appealing to the younger voters of this election. It talks a lot of keywords such as Generation Z, a lot of perspectives from people who are age 18 to like 24. You see, we have this 21-year-old speaking, we have this other 21-year-old, we have an 18-year-old, and it just sounds like this article is directed to or it's just giving the perspective of the how Generation Z feels about the upcoming election. And what they might do in the future, how they will vote and how they see the candidates, more specifically Kamala Harris. It didn't talk much about Trump. But yeah, that's it for this video.